And so coach brought everybody in. He was giving a speech and everything. And all you heard was doom, 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 doom. Like, what the hell going on? And then, and you see the door shaking. I'm like, I'm like, yo, what's going on? I said, man, they out there jumping. Boy, we came through the tunnel. I looked up and everybody was just jumping on down. I was like, yo, this is crazy.
Hey, Frankie Valley, he gets the people going.
That's just too many points.
I was like, hey, Gabe, how's it going? I love your work.
Dudes on the Mall is the podcast to listen to.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to you live from Winter Park, Florida. It is week 1, and it is time!
Don't quit your day job.
Yeah, that was. you trying to go for the Bruce Buffer there?
You're trying to go for Bruce Buffer.
I know what my voice is capable of, and I can't hit that high note, so we're just going to monotone it the whole way through.
Gotcha.
And my hands hurt from clapping to start.
That's fair.
Yeah, how many claps? It took 4 claps to start the pod here?
Yeah.
Also, can we technically say live?
Yeah. We're live right now on...
Right now.
We're recording it, so...
All right.
We are live.
Don't they take away the
moment.
live watermark, though, when it's not live anymore?
This is a live
It'll have
action
previously recorded in the top right corner.
There you go. Okay.
See?
Adding more
Live
editing work for
_
minutes.
previously recorded.
We are here. Football season is here.
We're back.
We had a little sprinkle of games this past weekend, and now, per usual, we have a hurricane barreling down on us.
It wouldn't be a UCF season without a hurricane threat, right?
It wouldn't. And I'll say it's a good thing I didn't do an official hot take because I had the Baylor one as my game for Hurricane, so I would have already lost to start the year. So, but we are still anticipating playing Thursday night against Kent State FS1, and I think we're all just ready to get to that game. Might not be ideal tailgating conditions, might not be ideal game conditions, but it's football. It's going to be played unless something crazy happens in the next 24 hours.
I got a feeling it's going to be wet.
It's
The field is going to be wet. I think I'm starting to think of remember Memphis a couple years ago when it was just
was
wet.
monsoony
That
the whole
was a
time.
wet game.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we might have to wait one more week to see that downfield passing attack we've been waiting so long to see.
Yeah, it might not happen on Thursday, but
Well, we want to go straight into game notes?
let's do it.
Let's do
All
it.
right. So, coming into this week, we have UCF Kent State again, 7 p.m. FS1. All time, 2-2 in the series dating back to our MAC days. Have not played Kent State since 2004. Last meeting was a Kent State win, 41-24.
That just can't happen.
I don't think Kent State
Like
will
20
score
years
41
ago.
points. It might take a couple games for him to score 41 points.
Yeah, that's if they score 41 points on Thursday, we are in trouble.
If they score 41 points on Thursday,
Cancel the season.
If, I'll sell my season ticket. If they score 41 points, if they score 41 points, I won't even sell them. I'll give them away.
Yeah.
well, wait, what if it ends up being like an Austin P where it's like 70-35? Because we're scoring so
I
much,
don't
they just keep
well,
It
getting the
won't get
ball.
that high scoring
I don't
though because
think-
of the
yeah.
conditions.
That's fair.
Yeah, it'll probably be like a 21-7. Which can you argue that a 70-30 is like the same margin as like a 28-7? Is that like a
I
similar?
think 28-7 looks better than 70-35.
I think it looks
I
better.
disagree.
You disagree?
Yeah. I mean, the 35 looks bad, but nobody sees the 35 when they see 70 right next to it.
I guess that's true.
It was
So-
70. Was it only 70?
I think it was 73.
I thought it was 73. Yeah.
No, it was 73.
Yeah.
So are we going to be an offensive team, or are we going to be a
We are a defensive team.
defensive team?
Defensive team.
We are going to have the best defense in the Big 12 this year.
No, that's a really
That's
low
really
bar.
bold. That's really bold.
To be a defensive
That's
team,
a
you
low
gotta
bar.
be the best at something. So we're gonna be the best in the
The
Big
best
12.
defensive team in
Alright.
the Big 12 this year is gonna average allowing like 35 points.
That's true.
That's just the Big 12
That's
way.
true.
Well, per usual, starting the season at home. I believe we have not started the season on the road since 2007, if I'm not mistaken.
Been a while.
Was it 2007 against NC State?
No, 2007 would have been.
We played Texas, but I believe week 1 we played at NC
Oh,
State.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Dude, I couldn't tell you. No. Texas had to have been the opener for that season.
Josh, can we get a fact check real quick?
Fact check.
While you're fact checking, since 2017, UCF all time 35-4 at home, with 2 of those losses coming during COVID. So we're gonna asterisk those ones.
Mickey Mouse wins.
Yeah, and all time record at home inside of the bounce house 78-24, which is a 76.7%.
We did start on the
What's
road
that?
2007.
It wasn't.
Give me a win. There we go.
You might not be able to see it. It's a little bright, but yeah, right here
we
we
have-
played NC State.
And we had a bye week in between. Week 2 bye week that year.
Is there a hurricane?
That's crazy.
What there was?
I
No,
do
I don't
not
think there was a hurricane.
I do not remember beating NC State.
I remember that Kevin Smith had a wild touchdown run. I'm pretty
Really?
sure.
I don't remember that. Maybe it's just because I was so hyped. We had a bye week too?
Yeah, we had a bye week
Bye
too.
week in between.
And then we were at home week 3.
Huh. All right.
And look at that, we had
Played a game on Sunday.
Oh, that was the 64-12. Oh.
yeah.
Ugh.
Anyways, back to it.
Reeling it back in.
Top 15 in the nation in best win percentage at their current home stadium. So love to see that huge home field advantage. I know we talk about it all the time, but it really is loud when that place is packed. Even when it's had games where it's raining and people don't show up, like it gets loud.
I mean, I think of Boise State. What was it? 2 years ago?
2 years ago,
It
yeah.
was 2021.
2021.
Where it was pouring. How the
was about
game
9:30
like, it was like
kickoff.
9:30 kick.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
kicked off like 3 hours later.
yeah, but
Yeah.
it was still packed.
It was decent.
The
decent
student
turnout.
section was
decent for
As a-
for a
what
9.
happened.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
For
saying.
3 hours.
For a 9:30 kickoff on a Thursday, mind you.
Dude, do you remember
was
what
pretty lit.
happened that game? People got like locked out of the stadium.
Yeah,
Dude,
I remember that.
Everybody was pissed.
Well, it's because
they
they weren't
messed up so bad.
Yeah, because they weren't letting people in
Yeah.
when they called for inclement weather because
Right.
everyone in the stadium
But then
had
everybody
to go.
just had to stand out there.
Exactly.
Outside the
But
gates.
and everyone in the stadium had to go underneath all the seats and seek shelter.
We sat on
I was
the.
just refreshing Twitter the entire time.
I remember
it was down.
I just sat on the ground outside. I think gate 3 or 4 for
Yeah.
a solid 40 minutes.
So we hadn't been sitting together yet because I was over by the band. I was already in.
I was
in
afraid because the next day we were going to San Antonio.
That's right.
And I was like, we're going to either miss the game or miss our flight. And I was not a happy camper.
Well, we might have a repeat of this on Thursday, so let's be prepared. I'm gonna bring some snacks with me in line just in case. Well, actually, I have softball parking, so if worst case, we just go back to softball lot this
There
time.
you go.
Oh yeah, there you go. Perfect.
But game preview, we're gonna take a quick dive into Kent State real quick. My mom will like it if I say this. I used to call them Kenta State when I was like 5.
Kenta
Kenta
State?
State?
Kenta with
Back
an A.
back in the Mac
Kenta.
Kenta State.
There you go, Mom.
I'm gonna put that in the pod
State.
title for this week.
Versus
Game
Kenta
1
State.
versus Kenta. I'm gonna put A in parentheses.
I like it.
They last year averaged 28.8 points per game. Fourth down conversion 50%. I actually think I'm going to see them go. I'm only bringing that up because I feel like they're going to go on it for they are going to go for it on fourth down multiple times because they're going to have nothing to lose.
Well, of course.
Oh, 100%.
That's just the Maction way.
Yeah, that's fair. Last year, about 215 passing yards per game through 8 picks, 17 touchdowns through the air, averaged 202 rushing yards per game, so heavy on the ground. And they, I believe, let's see if I'm not mistaken, last year, starting quarterback Colin Schlee,
Schlee.
59% completion percentage, 13 touchdowns, 5 picks. I believe he's back this year.
Okay. Not really too worried about it.
I take
I'll
that
be
back.
honest.
He is not back this year.
Okay, where's he at?
He gone.
Well,
That looks like a...
why is that picture? Hold on. Let me do some digging real quick.
Well, here's another
You
interesting.
can't tell. We don't do a lot of preliminary research on this podcast.
Right before we hit record, we're like, "Oh, the game notes. We can pull those up."
Colin Schlee is now on the UCLA Bruins roster, so he will not be starting on Thursday.
All right.
Okay. All right.
So
Here's
new
another.
quarterback
Here's
in.
another interesting statistic. Gus Malzahn. They have here on the game notes. Gus Malzahn, his record against all of the opponents he's coached against. Against Kent State, he is 1-0.
Things you
Good
love
for
to
him.
see.
Good for him. At Auburn, must have been
It
a
just
tough
says
game.
Kent State 1-0. So hopefully we see a repeat of if it was an Auburn win.
Well, what are we looking forward to most on Thursday?
I'm looking forward to seeing everybody getting in because we are deep.
We are deep.
Looking at the depth chart
That's a great
today,
point.
we are deep. You see our running back room.
We have 5 listed. We have
Wild.
4 RB2s listed.
Wild.
Before you get wild, Kent State
or-
has 7 quarterbacks on their roster. Okay, continue.
Has how many?
They have 7 quarterbacks on their roster,
Is it like a
and none of them are freshmen.
Well, I was gonna say.
I'm sorry, one's a
is it
freshman,
Like
one's a freshman.
they play all the you remember in high school when you would go and play like those smaller schools and
gotta-
everybody had like 3 positions.
You got to play both sides of the ball.
Yeah. They barely had enough, and everybody had to play both sides of the ball. And then like one snap, somebody would play running back, and the next snap, somebody would play like tight end. Could be one of those.
I got no idea. I'll say when you look up their
Wild.
depth chart, they have a bunch of holes in their depth chart.
There you go.
There you go.
They're all in the quarterback room.
We need to take notes of all their numbers and just see if we see them on the field.
Well, based off of my research, it looks like Cargman Devin is going to be their starter on Thursday.
What year is he?
A sophomore, a true sophomore.
What the heck was his name?
Cargman.
Cargman.
God bless you.
Cargman. Cargman?
I'm sorry, Devin Cargman. It had it flipped on the website.
Grammar mistakes.
I thought his name was Cargman.
No, it said. Well, I'm literally on the website.
Hated it.
On the website I'm reading this off of, it said Cargman, and there was
Wait,
no
is that
comma. Oh, I was about
Holy
to
lettuce! Oh my god!
flip the bio for
Dude,
you.
Should I pull this guy
pull
up?
it up.
Pull up his player
He's
bio.
got long hair and a pencil stash. Well, I'll go into what I'm excited for while Josh pulls that up. I am probably in the minority, but I am hoping that the game gets delayed because I am going to be late to the game. So I'm perfectly okay with a little hour weather delay. Yeah, look at this guy.
He looks like an iteration of Jesus.
How long do you think it takes him to do his hair in the morning?
I mean, that's some head and shoulders, right?
That's some head and shoulders and a flat iron.
Dude, props to him. He's got hair.
He's gonna be dying in this
This picture
humidity on
almost
Thursday.
looks photoshopped.
You know what he looks like? He looks like Uncle Rico with long hair. Am I wrong? For the listeners that can't see this, he looks like Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite with just
long
long
hair.
jet black hair.
Let me see if I got some. All right, let me see if we get
Is it
some
bad
action
that I
shots
kind of
here.
want him to play well?
Well,
Look at this guy.
he made his season debut last year, and he went 2 for 5 for 15 yards.
Huh.
Look at it
Look
flowing.
the locks on
See it
him.
flowing?
Huh.
If Head and Shoulders is looking for a new NIL deal,
NIL right here.
There you go.
his 2022 passing for 2022, he had 29 completions on 70 attempts, 3 interceptions, and 3 touchdowns
All right.
for 348 yards.
Yeah, there's your starting quarterback on Thursday.
There's your Golden Flashes starting quarterback.
No wonder they were making it hard for me to find their roster.
Oh God.
So this is what we have to look forward to on Thursday. I think I'm more excited to see what we've got depth-wise because we're going to get some guys playing.
So, not only will I give away my season tickets, but I might rip my degree in half
Ooh,
if,
wow.
if they score 41 points against us.
I might pay someone to take my season tickets.
If they score 41, I'm not going to be upset about missing the Kent State or the Villanova or the Baylor game.
Yeah,
Well, we're going to pull a Frank the Tank. The season's over.
The season's over.
If
Fire
we
everybody.
lose, I'll hold me to it. If they score 41, I'm buying a Frank the Tank cameo.
Oh God. And if we lose to Kent State, we'll buy Frank the Tank cameo, and it'll be the opener to our YouTube video post game next week.
Yep. I'm good with that. That's how confident I am.
You know
His cameos are expensive.
Dude, and he just keeps it going. He's like the Energizer Bunny. He's on like the top of the cameo list every single day with like 50-something videos. And like you think about it, and it's like you have to sit there and you have to record like a minute or a minute and a half video like that is personalized for each person. What's the quality of these videos looking like? I mean,
It can't be that great.
I imagine he's got his phone like up against his face,
100%.
and it's just like nose, eyes, and then he kind of gets it close, and then far away, and then close again. That's how I see it.
So you got to hope that you're like one of the first few.
yeah,
that he does
I
for
think
that
he
day.
could potentially maybe like flip the camera around on accident, and then
This is just like turning into this is our second week in a row just talking about Frank the Tank for a minute. Like I feel like we're just gonna have to slip him into every episode this season.
So with that being said, great transition. I think it's time that we treat everyone to a little bit of a surprise. We have, for everyone, a special guest on Dudes on the Ball this week. I think this was exciting when we got this set up. I know Justin was really nervous at some points of it. But we, this week, have Xavier Townsend on the show. So had a lot of fun recording this with him. We did this earlier last week. What day was it? Like Wednesday?
It was Wednesday, yeah.
Last week.
We did this Wednesday last week. We didn't put anything out, so we could kind of make this more of a surprise. But we'll give you now a little bit of Dudes on the Mall with Xavier Townsend.
All right, guys, we're here joined here today by someone who's going to be a problem for some defensive backs out there all around the country. UCF Zone number 3, Xavier Townsend. Xavier, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How y'all doing?
Doing
Good.
great.
Great, man. Yeah, appreciate you having on.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you having me.
Say, we'll get right into it. But obviously, storyline of the season, we've got all this anticipation and hype from UCF. Fans all around college football. Everyone's excited for the Big 12 and what this first year in the Power 5 is going to bring. What's the vibe and energy like in the locker room with the transition? Like, what do you guys feel like is different from this year versus last year?
Oh, we're excited for sure. Everybody, anticipated and everything. Trying to stay level-headed and everything. Just stay focused on the first game, Kent State. So we're not trying to look too far ahead. Going into conference play and everything. But it's definitely a different energy in the locker room. Everybody has a chip on their shoulder right now. Just eager to show what we can do.
Awesome.
Love that. Piggybacking off of that, I know I saw Gus in the standard t-shirt. Is he wearing that like every day, or like what's the deal with that?
He don't wear it every day, but he says it every day.
Gotcha.
I love that.
He
Gotcha.
definitely says it every day.
Nice.
And,
All right,
and that's got to
so
be such an exciting feeling, man. Just going into this, you have a year under your belt. You got this big change coming for you. It's got to be just an adrenaline rush, right?
Yeah, for sure. I'm very excited for the season coming up. Just putting the work in the off season and spring and summer. With the team. I'm excited to see what we can do on the field this year.
cool.
Awesome.
All right, so I want to throw the clock back a little bit to when you were in high school, just a year ago. Obviously, you were originally a Iowa State commit, and then you flipped over to UCF to be a part of Gus's first recruiting class. Can you talk to me about what that whole process was like? What was it meeting with Coach Gus? And what was the overall deciding factor for UCF?
When I first committed to Iowa State, I was excited and everything. I love the coaches up there. Still do have love for them and everything. But Coach Gus, staying in contact with me, just kept talking to me, and the receiver coach as well. It just felt like a family atmosphere here. And my teammate TJ Bullard, he committed here as well. So I was on my official here. It just felt like a family atmosphere. And Coach Gus and the coach staff, was great. I felt like I could learn under them. Coach Gus, he believed in me and everything. So, staying close to home and having my family come able to see the games and everything. So, I mean, I think it was a good decision for sure.
Yeah, definitely glad you picked Orlando and not that other school in Tampa. Yeah, we won't talk about that.
Yeah. That community college.
Wasn't going there.
Justin's glad that you picked here too, because he's a unofficial Iowa State fan. Not really.
I am.
But...
Yeah, I was big on Iowa State. I used to love to take them. We take weekly picks for our bets and stuff, and I used to love to take Iowa State. So I'm glad you came here.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're here, man. But continuing with talking about back in high school. So you're originally a running back. You were a running back primarily, and then you made that transition to wide receiver. How was that transition moving on over? Do you have any difficulties? Were you accepted in? What was that transition like for you?
Yeah, high school we had a run heavy offense, so I know so I was pretty much needed in the backfield and everything. I was recruited as a running back from a lot of schools. There was only a few schools that believed in me at receiver. I ran a few routes in the games and everything. I had some film at receiver, but I didn't have as much as everybody else. So I mean, I did get a lot of looks at running back, but like Coach Gus, he believed in me. He's like, look, believe you could play receiver. So I chose coming here. The transition though, it was actually a little harder than I thought it was going to be. I'm not gonna lie. It's very technical things that I did have to work on. It wasn't just like in high school. It was based off like talent, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to get away with the sloppiness and everything like that in the routes. But here, everybody's good in college. So I mean, I definitely had to hone in, get working with some of my teammates and everything and coaches, to clean up a lot of stuff. So yeah.
So it's definitely like a big jump going from high school to college, obviously. But what's it like working with like Javon and Kobe, having that veteran leadership with you? Did that help like make that transition a little bit easier?
Oh yeah, it helped a lot. We stay on the field. Just me being able to ask questions and them, answering them, being able to see it on the field. Like even with O'Keefe when he was here, he used to help me out. So they were very very helpful. They still are to this day. I still ask them questions about coverages, about routes, about anything, and they'll step in and help out. So they're great role models for me.
And while we're on the topic of high school, I was actually watching some of your highlights, and I saw you played a little bit of DB, and you picked off an Arch Manning one time.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool to see. That was about the last thing I expected to see. So what was that like?
Yeah. No, it was a great experience. Going being able to go to Louisiana, playing them. Arch Manning and all of them had some pub behind them, so ESPN was out there. So I mean, it was just a great overall experience, just being able to go to another state, playing anybody, just with the team. That was definitely an experience.
Yeah, that's cool. All right. So I know we've been talking for a little while, setting this up. Now, we're here. Fall camp is over. We got a week till kickoff. Can you talk to me a little bit about the new Hinshaw's new offense, and maybe like what your role is and what the fans can expect to see in it?
Yeah. Coach Hinshaw's offense, we're gonna take some shots deep. We're gonna pound the ball and everything just like you've been seeing, but we're gonna put the ball in the air as well. So I mean, I'm excited. We're pretty balanced, but we're definitely gonna take a step forward and throwing the ball around. Uh, so I mean, my role is, just try to make plays when I'm able to. We got a lot of playmakers all over the offense. Running backs, other receivers. I mean, anybody can make a play at any given time. So I mean, whenever my number's called, I just try to go and try to make a play.
Absolutely.
For sure, man. Yeah. So last year you got play time in every single game, all 14 of them last year, and like you said, we're looking at more deep shots. We're hearing all that in the media and stuff. But what about Xavier Townsend? What about you? Do you have any personal goals, whether it be stats on off the field, anything like that? You have any personal goals for yourself this season?
Not any like stat goals or anything like that. I just try to be the best player I can be. Just try to, whenever I can, help out the team, try to get a win. The biggest thing for me is I love winning. So no matter what I do personally, that it doesn't mean much to me. As long as the team is winning, I'm good to go.
So we'll see a lot of wins this year, so we're excited.
Yeah.
I got one more question for you, and then we'll run some rapid fire. Get you on your feet. I was at the Kingdom Golf event a couple weeks ago, and I was asking some of the guys what game they have circled on their calendar. I know it's 1 week at a time, next opponent up, but if you had one opponent, who are you looking forward to?
Ooh, definitely the Oklahoma.
Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Okay. That seems to be a popular one.
I think, yeah, we all got that one circled.
Yeah. I'm also excited for the K-State since they just won it all. So I'm excited to see how we can match up with them.
Yeah, those will both be huge games. So we're traveling to both, or not both. I would say we'll be at Boise in Oklahoma,
Okay.
but Definitely, Oklahoma is the popular answer from everyone we've talked to.
And
Um,
no Iowa State on the schedule this year. That's why they're not.
that's why it's
Yeah.
not
right,
Justin's favorite. Yeah.
That would be circled. I ain't gonna lie.
We'll hit you with some rapid fire real quick. Most of it locker room wise. Who's the funniest on the team?
Oh, funniest. Probably, probably Johnny. Johnny crazy. Johnny's crazy. RJ's pretty funny too.
Okay.
Yeah,
Love to hear that. So who's got the messiest locker?
messiest locker.
You can say yourself too if you're pretty bad with it.
Nah, they be. They be. Let me think. My Johnny.
Johnny Zoo.
I'm Johnny.
Gotcha. All right, let me hit you with this one. Who's the best singer? Who's got those,
JR,
those
hands
vocal
down.
cords, man?
JR.
Okay.
All right. All right.
I'll follow it up. I'll follow it up with worst singer.
Worst singer. My roommate, TJ Bullard. Oh my God.
Ooh.
Oh, that's-
It's so bad. So bad.
That's funny. All right. Who takes the longest to get ready before the game?
The pretty boys. 1 and 2. Javon and
1 and 2.
going after the root.
Yeah,
That's
those are
awesome.
pretty boys right there. Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. So transitioning from singing, how about the best dancer?
The best dancer, I'd have to go. Let me see. Can't dance for real. JG is pretty good. JG. Yeah.
All right.
I'm
Okay.
gonna go with JG.
All right. I'll follow it up again. Worst dancer.
Worst dancer. I don't know. If they bad, they probably don't wanna.
They probably don't. Yeah.
They ain't dancing in the first place.
You can say it's Gus if it is too.
No, he's definitely not dancing. Yeah. We won't let us see that.
That's funny. What about always late? Practice, just hanging out in the
Always late.
clubhouse, always late.
Jordan McDonald.
Jordan McDonald.
Jordan stays late, like I mean, running to meetings. Yeah, last minute with everything. Jordan's always late.
Nice.
Gotcha. All right. Next one here. Who's a guy that you wouldn't want to have date your sister?
1 and 2. Javon and Cody.
Pretty boys, man.
Yeah, they're pretty boys.
So watch them.
We just got a couple more for you real quick. Worst to sit next to on a plane.
Where's the secret? I don't know. The only time like on the plane rides, they usually sit in the middle between Kobe and Javon. I don't like that. So
Sticky with the middle seat, man.
yeah, they had me in the middle seat. I'm not gonna lie, they had me in the middle seat. It was bad, but hopefully they switch it up this season. But yeah, I'd have to go with them. Yeah.
Fair enough, yeah.
Yeah.
About best trip on the team?
That's true. Like we saying like on the field or off the field.
Both if you got it. But
All right.
yeah.
On the field. I don't know. I would say probably Vaughn, but JG be having it on a little bit. Not gonna lie, but don't get it twisted though. I'm coming up with it though. You feel me?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. I was
stepping it up.
expecting you to drop yourself in there.
Yeah.
Stepping it up though.
All righty. So who's got the worst? Who comes in just looking like a complete clown?
Oh, just whatever they want on.
Whatever they want.
That's the worst trip on the team. Probably everyone alignment.
That's fair.
I'm gonna go. No, going Alec Holler.
Alec Holler,
Okay.
really?
Alec Holler.
Really?
That's my boy, but yeah.
He's got to figure it out. I hear
That's
it.
funny.
All right, last go around. Who does the best Gus impression?
Oh, I want to go Randy.
Okay.
Randy, okay.
Randy,
Is it the
yeah.
boom or is it?
It's just everything. Like, not too long ago, we had a was it like a freshman night where they kind of like reenacted the coaches and everything, and he had Coach Gus, and he had the whole team dying.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, I'll go with favorite uniform combo.
Uh, I'd have to go to the new like icy white ones. I don't know if y'all seen them. Oh, you seen them on
We've seen the teasers, but we
Yeah,
haven't
we've
seen
seen
them
the
on the
teasers.
yeah,
field.
the teasers, yeah, nah, those are hard. Yeah.
All right.
All right, we'll take your word for it, man. We'll take your word. And then last one we got here. We're not too far away. We're only 8 days away. What's your favorite part of game day?
Um, yeah, I'll tell you a story about it. So I think my favorite part is definitely coming out of the tunnel because like it was the first game we played SC State. And I remember coach was we were about to run out of the tunnel or we were about to leave the locker room going through the tunnel. And so coach brought everybody in. He was giving a speech and everything. And all you heard was doom, 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 doom. Like, what the hell going on? And then and you know, you see the door shaking. I'm like, I'm like, yo, what's going on? I said, man, they out there jumping. Boy, we came through the tunnel. I looked up and everybody was just jumping on down. I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like I came from a private school. It wasn't many people in the stands and everything. So I finally got to like go on the field and like look up and see everybody. I was like, yo, this is nice. This is dope. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Probably coming out of the tunnel.
That is awesome, man.
That's
That
a good
is awesome.
time. It might have been my foot stomping that he heard.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good with it, man. Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
I always find like a spot where the metal's kind of soft and just go
You just
at it.
start
The
going
people around me probably get annoyed, but it's so fun.
Yeah, that's awesome for us. Yeah.
But hey, no, we really appreciate you making some time to hop on with us today. You got any socials you want to plug or anything?
Yeah, man. Y'all follow the Instagram X_Towns03. These followers.
So we'll get you tagged in all this, and again, we appreciate you coming on and giving us some time here. We're looking forward to a great season, and looking forward, obviously, to more things to come here from you for this year.
Yeah, appreciate y'all. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun doing that interview.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just a great guy too. He's really personable. It was one of the coolest things I think I've had to experience was actually interviewing him.
Yeah, definitely a really nice guy, and actually really huge that he took the time this close to the season. I mean, we were a week away from
We were
kickoff.
8 days before kickoff.
I'd been talking to him during fall camp a little bit, and obviously he got super busy, and then he could have easily just
Just kind of said,
hey, I don't really have the time, but
Yeah.
really nice guy, really fun to talk to. So appreciate him.
Xavier,
coming on.
thank you. Yeah, thank you for taking time to do that. I know it was a lot of fun. Our end. I hope you had fun too. But definitely when he told the story at the end about the locker room, that got me. I got goosebumps.
That got me
Chills. I
good
got
because
chills.
you always see the hype videos of it and stuff like that, but to hear it like firsthand from a player, like in a conversation that we're having, not just like on a video I saw on Twitter, is just like
And it
that gives you chills.
carries weight as a fan. It's like they notice the things that go on, and that's stuff that we can help
Exactly.
control. So that goes back to that home field advantage. That goes back to the game day experience, and it's just I'm so excited for Thursday.
It's gonna be
man.
so much fun. And the thing too is that you could tell, especially that he appreciates them. He and the players appreciate that kind of stuff because
Yeah.
he was talking about how back when he was in high school, he went to a private school. I mean, the fan support out there is not even remotely close to the 45,000 people that filled the bounce house. So. Him talking about his first experience just walking out there and seeing the whole crowd, that was awesome.
So everyone that leaves because it's raining, because you want to beat the traffic out of garage H, D, or C, or because what's the other reason? Because you want to go get food somewhere else that's not as expensive, or you want to go get a beer somewhere else that's not as expensive, or you're a student and you go and you leave at halftime. Don't do it. This is your warning.
Xavier Townsend is disappointed in you. He still likes you. He's just
He's
disappointed.
not mad. He's just disappointed.
This is your warning right now. Don't leave early.
Don't leave early.
Don't do it.
We don't want to hear another
We
one
talked
of
about it a
Brandon's
million
rants.
times.
I'm not going to get another rant this year. It's my only one.
Yeah,
Don't
we're
leave early.
Probably going to. Anyway.
He's probably going
do
to
it every
at
year.
some point.
Gonna talk depth chart now.
Yeah, so I think big thing that came out today, we had our first look at the depth chart. One thing worth noting, Timmy looks like he won the backup quarterback role. And then also 3 transfers starting on the O-line.
He's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nuts.
On the defensive side, I think I actually did not see as many names that I thought I was going to see. I know we've got my ECU guys backing up second string on safety
Quadric Bullard.
for
right?
Quadric Bullard, and then the who was the other guy that was also starting? I don't remember off the top of my head.
Transfer?
Yeah, it was transfer starter. It was one of the
Oh,
linebackers.
to Jordan Mask.
Oh yeah, Mask was
No,
starting.
he's the nickelback or the star.
The star.
Is what
Yeah.
they have it listed as usually. I don't know.
Yeah.
New position, I guess, but I assume it's just nickelback.
I think I actually was surprised by that coming out.
I was, yeah. The fact that well, I mean, my hot takes aside about Brady Marshall, the fact that he's first team or not. What was he in? I know I asked this last week. He
First team All American.
yeah, something like whatever.
Freshman.
And he didn't. It was interesting to see him listed as too deep on the depth chart, but
That just go. We
if
got a lot
Jordan
of depth.
Mask won it, I mean,
Hey, we got a lot of depth,
Yeah.
and he's got experience too. He's coming in from Texas
that's
State.
another thing. They might be trying to redshirt Brady Marshall.
Yeah, they could.
If they redshirt him, is my hot take null and void?
Yeah, because he wouldn't have seen the field.
Okay. All right.
Thoughts, Josh?
On the depth chart alone, I mean, I think we talked about it earlier. Walter Yates starting over Ryan Davis. I think that was
That's a big one.
a big surprise there. But no, I mean, I think in that star nickelback position, having Braden Marshall there as the kind of second string, I think that's he's going to get some time this year. Does he get redshirted? I don't know. We'll see about that. But my oblivious self last year didn't realize, because I saw the Henderson twins. Jakari is a redshirt freshman, but Damari is a sophomore, and I didn't realize that Damari Henderson played in 11 games last year.
Yeah, he played a lot.
Yeah,
played
I feel like
a lot.
he got a lot of touches late in the game, so I don't know if that
Yeah,
I
I'm-
saw him any more than that, to be honest. I vividly remember seeing him a lot.
The
Flagpole.
flag.
Oh,
just
we're
fell.
having some issues.
Keep it rolling.
Keep it rolling. Yeah.
That's just how we do it.
So yeah, those are the big things that I saw. Again, we talked to Xavier. It looks like he's still going to be doing the punt returns, and Johnny Richardson's still going to be doing our all of the kick returns. So kind of business as usual there. But that running back room,
Running back room's crazy.
look at all these ors, or Jordan McDonald, or DeMarcus Bowman, or Mark Anthony Richards.
Yeah, and you can't I don't know if you can technically be that is the order, but it feels like they're not in alphabetical order.
They're not in alphabet. They're not
and
in
they're
numerical.
they're not in seniority order. They're not numerical order. So you have to think.
you gotta think
that's
that's
depth
the
chart.
depth chart.
And seeing DeMarcus Bowman 4th is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
He played really well in the spring game. I'm not saying it shouldn't be like that. It's just kind of shocked me. Obviously, Johnny's going to be the number 2 as a third down back, but seeing Jordan McDonald above him is dang, Jordan McDonald.
I got here. Let me see the lineup.
Might be
real
doing
quick.
pretty well.
Here you go. I'm going to give you in order their starting lineup. R.J. Harvey starting running back. Johnny Richardson third down. Jordan McDonald 3 yards and in. DeMarcus Bowman third and long draw play back. Mark Anthony Richards around the 1 yard line. Need to punch it in back.
So he's the new Bowser.
I think him and McDonald are the both.
I was
going
going to
to
say McDonald. Is
Both of them. They're huge.
So yeah, that's cool. The only other thing that really caught my eye is seeing Trent Whitmore listed as
That was
as
surprising.
the
He's
starter
listed
with
as a
Kobe.
starter, yeah.
It's obviously we have Javon and Kobe. Xavier talked about them for a little while. I feel like they're the clear
1-2.
1-2.
Number 1, number 2.
But then seeing Trent Whitmore listed as an or as for the starter with Kobe is kind of interesting.
Interesting to see what he'll do with
I
that.
wonder what that dynamic
No,
is. And I'm sure it's specific play sets, and that's why they have it like that. But
But no Amari, no
Nope.
Gerard Baker, nothing from the Marshall transfer.
Nope.
So it'll be interesting. Because we all when all these guys are looking at the roster, like we like when you know names that aren't on your too deep, like I feel like that means you're pretty deep.
Yeah. But it's cool to see, like, I don't know, Stephen Martin.
Yeah.
Head of, what is it, Gamage? Is that the Marshall guy?
I believe so.
That's interesting. I mean, good for Stephen Martin. He went to my high school, but I don't know, just not what I was expecting to see, but good for him.
Yeah. Well, it's a good problem to have.
Yes, it is.
But this week we're going to be doing a draft of stadium concession foods because we all know we all like to eat. At least the three of us.
We talk about concessions every week.
Okay, it's a common reoccurrence on this show. So we're going to do a stadium draft of food, 4 rounds. We're going to use my Snapchat AI real quick to get a draft order.
I like
Perfect,
that.
yeah.
I like that.
Josh, you're 1. Justin, you're 2. I'm 3. We're going to snake draft this. So random.
Is this
order.
are we doing like we pick which spot we want to draft in? Like how you did with your dude of the week last week?
I was just going to say
Just
the
gonna go-
order.
Just
that he
make
gives
the
it is
draft
one that
order
it
1,
comes
2,
in.
3.
All right. Just clarifying.
So the random order is 2, 1, 3. So Justin, you're picking first. Josh, second. I'm
Come
third.
on.
So
Wait, I'm picking. Wait, you said it was 2, 1, 3?
yeah, we're snake drafting.
So it's me, Brandon, you, and then you, Brandon, me.
I was getting
No,
stuck with the last.
he
No.
he was 1.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
one?
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, okay.
Me, you.
I thought I was 3. That's why.
No, I was 3.
All right.
Gotcha. So we're going this.
So
Mike,
with pick
kicking
1,
us off with the 1
of 1.
All right. Well,
Wait,
if you're
just to clarify, this is stuff that you can find at the bounce house.
At the
Yeah,
bounce
it
house
has to be
specifically.
at the bounce house.
Yes. If you're a listener of this show, we talk about it all the time. I know. It's the clear 1-1. I can't take anything else here. It is the ever elusive from last season chicken Caesar wrap. And I just
that-
we might as
I
well
was gonna
cancel
go
the
1-1.
draft because
That-
I just won.
That had to go 1-1.
That's
I mean,
1-1.
Don't
that's
forget
respect
to
the
ask
rap.
for your chips this year.
Dude, I got
That's-
shafted.
yeah,
I totally forgot last
Don't
year.
forget the chips.
Yeah, all right.
All right,
Okay,
well, good
Josh,
luck following that.
pick
Yeah.
1, 2.
Okay, 1, 2. This one I got once, and it was really. This was actually in substitute of the Caesar wrap. I'm gonna go with pulled pork nachos.
Really?
That was my sleeper
good.
pick.
My-
1-2.
My
Ooh.
3's here. I'm good.
I know
What is
I'm
it?
taking.
The
Buffalo
Buffalo
Tender
Tender Burger at 3.
I thought that was going 2 for sure.
No, I'm not. Well, see, I'm not a big Buffalo guy, so
See, that's where you go wrong. I'm a huge Buffalo person.
That they changed our lives. We get that burger. for
That
the first
burger,
time.
and it's so big. Like they put 2
lot.
giant chicken tenders on there.
All right, so we
All
have
right.
chicken
Well, I
Caesar
had a
wrap.
rant that was about to come up, and I'm not going to get into it.
Okay. I can't
Save
believe you
that
took my
for later.
sleeper, dude. That was going to be my
Nope,
second round
pulled
pick.
pork
and I
nachos.
I had it no problem.
that was my number 2 on the
Well-
list behind Caesar wrap.
Round 2, pick 1 for me. Pick 4 overall. The sausage and pepper sandwich.
Is that the Italian sausage?
The Italian
'Cause that's what I
sausage,
wrote
yeah.
down.
The Italian sausage.
That's a
I
good
got
one.
that once last year. First time I've had it, and it was really good.
That's
Okay.
a good one. That's
All right.
a good one. All right.
Josh?
I'm gonna go kind of not a different route, I'll say, but I think we can appreciate it, especially since a couple of years ago. I'm gonna go with a Yingling. I'm gonna go with beer.
Damn it.
Oh, that's a good pick.
Dang! That was my next pick. I'm pissed. I thought I was going to get away with one because you guys weren't thinking about liquids or
Nope.
whatever.
Nope.
But
Yingling beer.
all right, fair enough. You went specific on beer. Is it?
I think that should categorize the
Okay,
whole
I was
thing.
going to say,
Yeah.
like, so
We're gonna say
I don't
beer.
think I should be able to pick seltzers or
No.
liquor after
Yeah.
this, but yeah.
I think hell will freeze over before I see you drinking a seltzer.
I like seltzers.
You do?
I mean, I'll take a beer over seltzer. I was drinking your neutrals the last time we were over
The
at
neutrals are good.
Yeah.
That's true.
apartment,
That's
they're
true.
good.
That's true. Yeah. Well, neutrals are like
They're like
top
water.
tier. They're really good.
Oh, I got my 2 picks. Okay, first,
Okay.
I'm going to go with a UCF staple. It's Four Rivers Barbecue.
Like the sandwich.
You gonna go with like a?
Oh, do I have to go with a specific item?
Yeah, I go
from
for
there?
that item.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go. What do they offer in the stadium?
They do
Just the pulled pork
I've had
sandwich?
the pulled
or-
pork sandwich with the mac and cheese.
Yeah. I think,
Okay,
yeah,
we'll go pulled pork sandwich from Four Rivers.
That's a good one.
Okay. And then I'll
Round
follow
3,
that
pick
up
1.
with arguably the best concession in the world, no matter what sporting event you go to.
Don't say it.
The Glizzy.
Oh, okay.
I was
All right, that's a
I was
good
gonna
one.
go the
That's
$2
stu-
student dog.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
literally
that's,
what I was about to say. That $2 student
that's a
dog
good one.
saved my life more times than not.
All right. All right. So with my next pick, I'm gonna go a little bit. I'm gonna not piggyback off of it, but it's another staple of stadiums around the world. I'm gonna go with Dippin' Dots.
It's a good one. It's a good one. I don't like ice cream, so I wasn't.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you think ice cream's overrated? We had that discussion.
Extremely overrated.
Do you count Dippin' Dots as ice cream?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's
classify it
You do?
I think that's the only ice cream that they offer in stadium too, right?
Yeah, I don't think we have anything
They
else.
used to sell Jeremiah's. I remember that.
This says that they still have it on there on the list.
Well, I'll be first in line because I love me some Jeremiah's.
Well, this is kind of the part where it gets tough because those are like the staples.
Those are the staples.
Yep.
We're pretty much through all the staples now.
And I'm not a big Cuban sandwich person, so
Neither
I'm not
am I.
gonna
Don't even have
take
mine
the
on my
Cuban.
12 yet.
It's not gonna make it onto my list. So this season we added chicken tenders and fries.
Yep.
Grab and go stations.
Which blew my mind that we didn't have chicken tenders.
we
and
had to
fries.
have had it. Maybe
That's- at some point, right?
Could have been in black and gold.
Yeah.
Could've
Well,
been something
like
like
at
that.
Exploria, we got new chicken tenders and fries this year, but it's just the coop chicken tenders, like the Four Rivers ones, which
Oh,
are
okay.
the best
They're
chicken tenders
really
I've ever
good.
had in my life.
Those are really good.
Dang, this is tough now. I'm thrown. I'm gonna go for a little bit of a loop here. Where'd it go? I was scrolling through and I lost it. I'm crumbling under pressure. I just had it in front of my face. All right. Was this round 3, pick 3?
This is round 3, pick 3. So yeah, you're back to back.
Okay. Grab and go station.
Just the grab and go
Just
station.
the grab
not
and
a
go
whole-
station.
You can what?
You get the whole station.
It's a concession offering. The concept. Can I take the concept? Can I draft
Can-
that?
Are we gonna allow that?
Okay, I'm only gonna allow it because I'm only gonna allow it because we don't know what it's going to offer yet.
It's probably going to be beer, soda, water, and
Chips.
chips.
All right. Now
I
that
don't
you
know
said
if we allow
specifics,
that.
You
Don't
gotta
allow
pick.
it?
Yeah, we're gonna.
You gotta pick. I'll allow you to pick something from the.
Yeah,
grab
you
and
can
go.
pick something
Nah,
from the
I'm
grab
not
and
gonna
go
pick something from
with
the
the
grab and
basis
go.
of grab and go.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'll take it back then. All right, I'm
Nice
gonna.
try.
I thought it was a good pick, sleeper pick.
It's good. It's just an illegal pick. It's just not eligible.
All right. I get it. Well, then I'm gonna pivot to tacos.
Tacos.
Tacos,
Good
right?
one.
Yep.
That's a good one. And then
Okay.
what's
I'm
your
gonna pivot tacos.
4-1?
4-1. I'm gonna go with the classic pretzel with cheese dip.
Next one. Damn it.
Well,
All right.
well, that leaves me with this. 4-2. How about a nice little pepperoni pizza from Papa John's there?
Those are trash.
They are.
They are pretty trash.
I wouldn't have drafted that. When I got one last year, I think it was the worst pizza I've ever
It was
had.
bad.
They're delicious when you are a little intoxicated.
Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
are drunk as
When you're not gonna
Yeah.
remember that pizza the next day.
that pizza tastes delicious in the moment. Maybe not at 1 o'clock in the morning, a little bit later on when you're regretting all your life decisions, but that pizza in the moment is pure ecstasy.
Yeah. Well, this is tough. I took the best item, the clear 1-1.
Is it deep enough though?
I'm just gonna have to take a random one. I mean, it's either between one or the other that I can think of off the top of my head, and one of them is both of them I guess are stale a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna we'll go with popcorn. I feel like popcorn is
okay.
less stale than the nachos that they give you.
So I've never had stale popcorn from the Bounce House.
It's just always super
I
salty.
don't know if I've ever had popcorn from the Bounce House.
It is
super salty.
Like
I need
really salty.
Like I need to bring chapstick after I'm done.
But
Like,
do you ever
let's
have
try
you ever
it
gotten
out, though.
nachos from the Bounce House, dude? Those chips,
Yeah, they're
pretty
like
just-
were
trash.
made 20 years ago.
They're pretty bad.
I think it's because they just sit in the humidity all night.
Yeah.
I don't
It gets
care
through the
what.
bag.
They're so bad.
They are not good.
They need to bring back. If anyone's been going to games since '07, they used to have a make your own nacho cart where you could customize it. And I know me and Justin would get that every game.
All the time.
Load it up with whatever you want. Own nacho bar. And I remember it was pretty reasonably priced too. And then that went away after a short period of time. But that's a solid draft. I honestly think even though Justin got the heavyweight, his bottom two are kind of weak.
Well, yeah,
His
they're
bottom
bad.
two are
They're
really
yeah.
weak,
Well,
yeah.
okay. Well, hold on. Put some respect on the Glizzy. Okay. That's
I wasn't shaming the Glizzy. I'm just saying
What
that
are you shaming for?
there's stronger options out there. You can get the Knight's dog that has like pulled
Yeah.
pork on it.
The customized
no,
dogs.
but you gotta go.
Justin doesn't like all that stuff, though.
Gotta go with the classic, man.
He just wants
Alright.
ketchup.
$2
I'm just-
student dog.
I'm just saying a lot of our listeners are
do
not
just
students,
catch up.
so we don't have a lot of
I would-
student listeners.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
Hey, even if your student ID is expired, they'll still
they'll
take it.
take it. Yeah.
They don't know. They don't
I've,
look.
I've actually had $2 hot dogs. Just
Oh,
saying.
I've had-
Yeah, let me get
I
a
had
$2
$2
hot dog.
last
They
season.
said, let me have a $2
I
hot
had
dog. They're like, all right,
I'll
here you
get, I'll
go.
get it again on Thursday.
We should keep account of how many $2 hot dogs we can get this
Whoever,
year.
whoever gets the most wins. Yeah.
Yeah.
Popcorn's $2 this year too,
For students. Oh, hell
and
yeah.
popcorn water hot dogs.
I look young enough, dude. I just need to make sure I shave and I go over there. They won't even
So-
ask me for my ID.
I look the same as I did when I was
all right.
5.
So let's do a $2 item. Then we can group hot dog and popcorn together. So how many $2 items can you get this season without
without
Do,
having
do we want to do
What's the
without
max?
ID?
It's 2 max, right?
2 per transaction.
Okay, I will get 12 of the season.
That's a little ambitious for me. I think I
I'll
was
get
going to
2
do
every time. 2 every game.
I'm gonna start buying them for other people just to get my number up.
You have to buy and consume them.
get a
Okay, I have to consume them.
You
All right.
get a glizzy.
Looks like I'm eating dogs every game, and that's it.
So we'll see. We'll see if we can track that, if that's sustainable. If not, then, well, we'll just throw that
That's
idea
true.
away.
I didn't take into account the chicken Caesar wraps and the buffalo tender burgers. I'm
Yeah,
gonna be
gotta
eating.
spread it out.
Oof.
Especially since I'm missing games, I gotta be careful.
Ooh, yeah, you're going to... All right, maybe this challenge isn't going to be very fair.
We'll see.
Nah, I could just eat a
I'm
lot
still
of
gonna
dogs
keep
every
track
game.
of it, but
Brandon's going to come
Yeah,
back with a
12
tray of
12
hot
is now
dogs.
A little ambitious that I look back on it.
All right,
Well, picks.
dude of the week.
Do the
Oh,
week.
dude
yeah.
of the week.
Gonna
I
do
forgot.
the
It's still
week.
new. Yep.
It's a new concept, which shout out to the Publix cashier
Public cashier.
for winning
Cashier
Dude of the
was the
Week
winner.
last week.
Congratulations, Josh.
I think my favorite moment was when you texted me that Darby selected the
That's
Publix cashier.
So messed up.
That
she knew.
Darby, thank you so much
She
for that.
knew. She
Yeah.
knew the admin was
That's
mine.
the best part.
And she was like, "Nah." I talked to her about it, and she was like, "Yeah, everybody loves Publix." I was like,
So here's the thing: a lot of people who voted did not listen to the pod because they
I'm
were just like, "Oh yeah,
Oh,
Publix
Publix.
cashiers are
Yeah.
awesome, man." So I kind of slid by
got a
on that
free
one.
dub.
Well,
but,
new week, new poll.
Do you want
Do
to
you
go
want?
first?
Yeah,
since
you won.
So,
So,
I guess the winner gets to pick if they go first or
you can
last.
pick. You can pick
I
order.
100% guarantee that you guys aren't going to have mine, so I'll go last.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll go first.
Yeah,
Go for it.
So I have a visual aid with mine, but I'll give some backstory. Josh has the video,
Yeah,
so you'll only be
pull
able to
this-
see it if you're watching on
Wait,
YouTube.
so you know about it too? I just
I this is my first time opening the
Oh,
link.
okay.
So this is the most.
It's a little blurry.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
blurry. There we go. Okay, this is the best executed onside kick that we will see all year this year.
Okay.
For reference, it is Friday night. I'm watching football with Russ and Shafe, and we're sitting there, and we've got high school football on the right TV. We've got NFL preseason on the left TV. We're sitting at Stagger at the backside, looking at the 2 TVs. And when we walked in, there was about 5 minutes left in this game, and Lipscomb is playing Saraland. Lipscomb is down 10 with 5 minutes left. Lipscomb drives the field, hits a field goal to cut it to 7. There's a minute 43 left. The kicker then proceeds to do a little dribbler down the middle of the field and recovers it himself.
That was a beautiful onside.
That's impressive.
And it's probably the only successful onside kick we might see all year. Kicker
really
recovered
good.
himself. They go down. They score. We were yelling at the TV to go for 2. They kick the extra point. They tie it. They go to overtime. And we are so invested into this game because that was the most exciting 5 minutes of football I have seen in a really long time. And we're invested. People are coming over asking, like, why, like, what are you guys watching? Like, people literally were, like, coming to see what we were watching because we were getting so into it. And we had everyone around us, like, cheering on Lipscomb. We're super excited. Fast forward, we go to overtime. Saraland scores first play, kicks the extra point, 7-point game. Lipscomb gets the ball, scores, first play. We're yelling at him, go for 2, go for 2. The kicker who came to do the onside kick and made it missed the extra point.
Oh,
He pushed it left.
Oh no.
So while he single-handedly brought them back to overtime by hitting the game-tying extra point and the field goal and recovering the onside kick, also lost them the game by pushing the extra point as a lefty, and he pushed it left. So he is my dude of the week, Lipscomb high school kicker.
Oh my god. That is oof.
Russ, you better get me with that vote.
That
This is a
is-
good one.
That's actually really funny.
man.
Man, I still haven't quite decided on who my dude of the week is, but I'm gonna go with this one's not sports related. It's personal. So this weekend I had the honor of volunteering at TPC Sawgrass for a Make-A-Wish event. And basically my job while I was volunteering was just it was like a silent auction, and they had stationed me as like quote unquote security to watch over all the items in that like section, and my section was literally just a bunch of 2 foot by 3 foot rugs. So I was basically just watching these rugs, but right next to me was a bar. I was standing right next to a bar, and I was like, okay. So I'm kind of chatting up the bartender a little bit. You know, his name is Eric, really nice guy. Got super busy at one point. These rich people really wanted their cocktails, and I wasn't allowed to drink because I was volunteering. So I'm just, chilling, talking to him. He's doing his job. I'm kind of, quote unquote, doing mine. Well, later that night after we're done, there's an after party after the live auction. We make our way over there. At this point, I'm done volunteering. I'm allowed to indulge, whatever. I make my way over to Eric. That man poured me double gin and tonics, even after last call. That man was pouring me like nobody's business. So this is mostly my dude of the week is Eric the bartender. Shout out to him. What a guy.
Eric the bartender. That sounds lit. That's electric. Yeah, that's actually really funny. So I was up because my fiance Michaela's birthday this past weekend. Happy birthday. We were hanging out at her grandmother's house. Her grandmother lives in Sawgrass. So Justin texted me literally the day before. It was like, hey, we're going to be up in Sawgrass. I don't know what y'all the plans are. I was like, oh, you're going to be up in Sawgrass the same time that I'm going to be up there? It's kind of it was kind of like cool, weirdly cool in a way that it's like, oh, we're going to be in the same area. We didn't end up getting together because we were busy with family and all that stuff, but that's really funny how we were both kind of like in the same place at the same time.
Yeah, you should have come over, man. Eric would have hooked you up.
Eric would, I guess. Eric is a dog. But moving on to my dude of the week. So you guys know more than anyone how much I love the Little League World Series.
Dude, you know what's crazy? I promise you that was almost my dude of the week.
Really?
Is it Lewis Lapp?
Lapp.
It was literally almost my dude of the week, I swear.
So let's back this up here, and there's a reason why he's my dude of the week specifically.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I picked Eric because I had a gut feeling that you love the Little League World Series so much that he was gonna be your dude of the week. I swear.
So let's do some backstory here. So the Little League World Series has been going on for the past week and a half. The championship game was this past Sunday. It was Curacao versus El Segundo, California, and that was the Little League World Championship. I had a bone to pick with Curacao because I think it was on Thursday they played in the game to put them in the international championship. They played Mexico, and they beat Mexico. So I was already on the anti-Curacao train. The thing is, though, they had to beat Chinese Taipei on Saturday.
They're always good.
They had a kid who throws 82.
Wow.
82 from the 46 feet distance or whatever. It looks
equivalent to over 100.
It's 103 or something like that.
Stupid.
And they beat them. Curacao beat them. It was ridiculous. But seeing on Sunday, the USA kind of reinforced the fact that we're badass and we're gonna just beat anyone that comes across us. And shout out Lewis Lapp. The kid hit a walk-off bomb. That ball still hasn't landed to win the game, the very last inning. And I could see the tears running down the Curacao players' faces.
So good.
But
live for it.
All jokes aside, it was a shot. It was incredible. And especially in that moment, too. In the championship game, you got thousands and thousands of people watching you, and you're just 12 years old playing on probably the biggest, because just statistically speaking, that's probably going to be the biggest stage of your life.
Yeah.
Nationally televised, all the whole 9 yards. And he goes up and he just delivers in a big moment. So that's my dude of the week.
Yep.
Lewis Lapp from El Segundo, California.
Well, quick recap. We've got the Lipscomb High School kicker. We've got Eric the bartender. And we've got, was it?
Lewis
Lapp.
Lewis Lapp, the Little League World Series hero.
I like that. The Little League
World Series hero.
I like that.
There
I
you
might go
That's your
2-0. I might go 2-0.
Yeah, Josh might go 2-0.
Win.
Hey, just remember, you won't see another successful onside kick all season.
I'll never meet Eric the bartender again, but he was a great guy.
Yeah. On to picks for this week, man. I've had Devin Cargman staring me in the face on my laptop this entire time. I keep looking over.
You feel the side of your face get a little hot. There goes the flag again.
Well, picks for this week. I can hit a quick recap of mine since I did the worst. Yes, I do regret taking Navy.
Yeah, shout out to... Oh, our flag fell again.
Yeah, flag's going down again.
Yeah, shout out to... What was his name? Ethan?
Yeah.
Ethan calling us out on
The
Twitter
bad-
for all of us tailing Navy.
The bad man still can hurt us.
To be fair, I did not do my research, and I did not know, or I forgot that Notre Dame
I forgot they had
Sam
Sam Hartman. I completely forgot.
If I had known that Notre Dame had gotten Sam Hartman, I might not have taken Navy plus 20 and a half.
I wouldn't have
When I
touched that
saw
game.
that, when I turned the game on, I was like, oh no. So that's on me. That's on me for not doing my research.
It was bad.
I clearly take these plays very seriously.
Well, this week, I'll go first because I had a very bad week. But hey, as Josh said, it's syllabus week. Doesn't count.
Yeah, still this week.
Still
Yeah.
this week, but you still got to recap your other losses.
I'll still recap. We'll go with the losses and end on a high note. San Jose State, USC under 64.5 didn't hit. New Mexico State minus 7.5. UMass won outright. They've matched their win total from last year already. Navy plus 20.5. Navy only scored 3 points. That didn't hit. My one winner of the week, San Diego State minus 3 over Ohio, which I sweat out a little bit because Ohio was winning, I believe, going into half, and it was actually a much closer game than it should have been. So 1-3 to start the year.
Nice.
Gotcha.
I'll go next, yeah. Like we talked about, Navy plus 20.5. Whoops. That's all I'll go. But I went 2-1, so 2 winners. I had the head-to-head matchup against Brandon, USC, San Jose State over 64.5, which I think I said USC was probably going to do all those points, but San Jose State kind of showed up a little bit, and USC's defense looked a little sloppy. I didn't get a chance to watch the whole game, but so yeah, big win there. And then Hawaii Vanderbilt over 55.5. That one hit no problem as well. So
Well, let's go to mine. Perfect parlay was dead. Thanks, Navy.
the bad man.
But add a little insult to injury. The perfect parlay, 4 legs, went 1-3.
Oof.
Horrible. The only one that hit was Jacksonville State money line minus 105 over UTEP.
UTEP.
But I had Hawaii Vandy under 55.5. Don't know where all those points came from. Navy plus 20.5. Just an absolute show. We'll call it that. And then I had Ohio San Diego State over 49. They couldn't score points. And then to my normal picks, I actually went 3-0.
Oh yeah.
I didn't have any
It's
losses
just
there.
the perfect parlay that's cursed.
Yep, it's cursed. No questions at this time. Hawaii plus 17.5. That hit. Navy Notre Dame under 50.5. 42-3. It hit.
Don't do it.
And then FIU and Louisiana Tech was under 58.5. They only scored like 35 points the whole game. So
Easy money.
So what we learned from week 1 is Josh did some research going into these games.
What we learned
except
from
on
week
the
one
perfect
is
parlay.
Fade Brandon. Brandon's on the
Hey,
fade train this week.
there's lots of time to get the record going back. So
Right.
I just picked back up where I left off last
A lot
year.
of football
there you
left.
go. A lot of football left.
All right. I'll lead us off. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 6 picks this week. Some of these, it's just like, it just makes sense. And I truthfully believe that this is a 6-0 card right here.
Okay.
Okay.
I can justify every single one.
Okay.
For pick 1, I got line movement on this one. I haven't checked it again today,
good
but I
idea.
got a half point better from what I originally had it. I've got Utah minus 6.5 over Florida. It was 7, dropped to 6.5.
Oh, see, I got it at 6.5.
You did? Okay, so yeah, when I first started, I was at 7. I saw some people saying it might get down to 6.
Are we making that like null and void if Cam Rising doesn't start? Or are we
No,
going
I'm
with
still
the
riding
newest?
with it.
Okay.
All right.
Ride or die. Florida stinks this year. Next, I've got Michigan and ECU over 51.5. Michigan might put up all 52 points by themselves.
You're 2 for 2
Yeah.
on my picks, Brandon. Just
Have
like
a
Really?
day.
that.
Oh,
I don't have that one.
Josh might lose all his picks now.
That perfect parlay might hit then.
Next pick. Tulane did lose Tajay Spears. I still got them beating South Alabama. I got Tulane minus 6.5 over South Alabama.
That one,
3
just
for
doesn't-
3.
That one just doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't make sense.
Dude,
Something's
I-
up.
Yeah,
Something's
something
wrong.
ain't right. So a ranked Tulane team against South Alabama, and they're not even a touchdown favorite.
Brandon, you're 3 for 3 with mine.
All right. I'll switch up my order because I was going to timestamp order. Next, I got another over. Again, this team might put up 52 points by themselves. I've got Bama and Middle Tennessee over 51.5.
I don't have
Okay.
that one.
No,
See,
no one's got that one?
I don't have
Okay.
that
All
one.
right, there we go. All right, I got 2 more. Next is going to be a really good game. LSU FSU game on Sunday. I just think FSU is being overhyped. I've got LSU minus 2.5.
Ooh, okay.
And for my last pick that I have this week, this is more so a late Monday night pick with the Duke and Clemson game. This is also something that I think I saw Duke play in person last year, so I'm kind of familiar with them, and I know what Clemson did last year. So I'm going to take Duke plus 12.5 against Clemson.
Okay.
So those are my
That's
those are my,
respectable.
those are my
I like
6 for
that.
the week.
That's a big line.
Alrighty. Jay?
You want me to go? Yeah, so like I said earlier, I went 2-1 last week, so that gave me the green light above 500 to just throw plays at the wall, and I got so excited looking at plays. I have 9. I got so excited looking at all these games. I'm like, yeah, college football's back. We're gonna take a few. So I don't think I have that many duplicates with you, Brandon. I have Utah minus 6.5. I'll ride with them, Cam Rising or not. And I also have Tulane minus 6.5 against South Alabama. Don't really understand that line. It just makes sense.
Yeah.
So we'll ride with my 7 standalones. I have, in honor of their new starting quarterback, UCF transfer Mikey Keene.
Of course.
Of course. That's
Fresno
how that was
State
coming.
plus 4.5.
Saw that coming.
They're playing Purdue. It's not an easy game, but in Keene we trust.
Alrighty.
In Keene we trust.
All right.
This next game, I think is going to be a really good game. It's Boise and Washington. I think it's going to be a fantastic game.
Mm-hmm.
The spread, I almost wanted to take Boise spread, but it scared me a little bit, so I'm going to take the over. I think it's going to be a shootout. You're going to take the under?
No, I'm taking the spread.
You're taking
I'm taking Boise.
Dude, I had it, and then I was almost going to double down on both of them, but I just like the over too much. So I'm going to take over 58.5.
That's a good line.
Next up, I'm going to go with Houston plus 1.5 against UTSA. I do think UTSA can be a good team this year, but after watching them in the whatever bowl last season, the Cure Bowl against Troy, was it?
That was the worst.
The worst college football game I've ever seen in my life.
Worst ranked matchup I've ever seen.
Absolutely horrible. And it's like Houston's at home for their Big 12 season opener. They'll have a lot of hype. 1.5 it seems like they should be the favorite in this game at least. So, next up, my favorite to win the Big 12 will take Texas Tech minus 14 against Wyoming. Honestly, anything under 2 touchdowns against that I like. So, I'm going to take an opposite pick again of Brandon. We're going FSU plus 2.5 against LSU. You think they're overhyped. I think they're accurately hyped. It's going to be a good game.
It's going to be a great game.
It's going to be a great game.
So, and then I think I got all the ones above. Yeah, 2 more picks. I'm going to take UNC minus 2.5 against South Carolina. I read into it a little bit, and it's like, South Carolina has Spencer Rattler back, but they're replacing I think they only have 3 starters returning on defense or something like that. And it's Drake May, right? For UNC. He's supposed to be really good this year, so I will take UNC minus 2.5. And then my last pick, didn't have this until earlier today. They surprised me in week 0. I'm going to take Hawaii plus 4 against Stanford.
That's a good take.
I was looking at that
game. They played
game.
well against Vanderbilt.
I was looking at that game. I was like, I don't know. I was really itching. But so piggybacking off of that, I have a couple duplicates. I've got 7 picks, and then I also have the perfect parlay, the one that's going to actually hit this week. We'll start with duplicates. I'm riding Utah minus 6.5 as well.
It's either a good thing or bad thing because we're all on it.
It's probably a bad thing. They say fade the public, don't they?
We're not the public.
Might get in the loss column this week. But I'm also taking Tulane minus 6.5 because I saw that line and I was like, it doesn't make any sense. ECU Michigan over 51.5 because, like we were saying, I think Michigan could score 56 if they wanted to.
What is ECU going to do without Cold Nailers? He was there for what? 7 years?
He's there a long time.
He's got 3 master's degrees. And then, so like we were talking about before, I am riding with Boise State plus 14.5 because, I mean, if it's 14.5, they lose by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. Imagine we go up to Boise next week.
They're ranked.
Big game.
Huge. Especially on the road.
Yeah.
Huge. Okay. Houston. I have Houston just straight money line. They're minus 105. Last time I looked, UTSA was the favorite. They were minus 115. So they're both minus money. We'll see how that game. But
so they're basically just saying it's a pick 'em.
Yeah. So I'm taking Houston.
You want to just take the points? Go 1.5?
No, because I think they're going to win.
All right. I like the confidence.
Next one I have Minnesota minus 7.5 against Nebraska. I think they could beat them by at least 10. I think.
I don't know what to expect from
Couldn't
Nebraska.
tell you anything, yeah.
That's again just a shot in the
the
dark.
beauty of week 0. Week 1.
That's a shot in the dark. And then I think you guys are going to love this pick. I think you're absolutely going to love it. Iowa versus Utah State under 43.5.
Love it. I almost took that under, but then I saw that. Did you see Iowa's transfer quarterback?
No.
Because I looked into it because of Sam Hartman. Do you know who's starting under center this year for Iowa and why they're ranked so high?
What?
It's Cade McNamara.
Under 43 and a half. We are riding it.
I remember because I saw the line and I was like, dude, because I was going to take Utah State plus 25 and a half because I was like, there's no way Iowa can put up 4 touchdowns. And then I saw Caden McNamara and I was like,
We'll see. I just saw Iowa. I had to take it under.
I like it.
That's just
I
how it
love
was.
the pick. I
How
love
it is. So now we get into the perfect parlay. Like I said last week, didn't do too hot. This week, 4 legs again, plus 1433. And I'll explain why there's a lot.
Value.
I will explain why there's value here. We'll start with Clemson and Duke. I'm taking the over in that game. I think that's going to be a very back and forth, over 56.
Okay.
USF versus Western Kentucky, under 70.
Yeah.
That's
that was on my
70
radar.
points.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. No way. Under 70. LSU, FSU, over 58. Again, I think that's
Shootout, really.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a tale of two offenses there.
Was it last year 24-21? Or they lost by 1, whatever it was, 21-22.
Yeah, something like that. But I think there's going to be more points scored this year, especially since they're playing on a neutral field. And then last but not least, FSU money line. They're plus 120 right now. That's where I get all my value. So I'm taking
FSU money line.
FSU to win
Dude,
outright.
He's getting cocky.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
He's got 2 money lines that I took the points for.
So here's the thing.
We don't bet money on this show, Josh. We can take the points.
I get it, but
What's the value?
the value
Yeah, I
number
guess for the perfect
the
parlay,
number for the
yeah,
perfect
yeah,
that's
yeah.
where the value comes from is the
Yeah.
plus 120. So week 1 perfect parlay plus 1433. Clemson and Duke over 56. LSU FSU over 58. FSU plus 120, and then USF Western Kentucky under 70, and probably underwater after this hurricane passes through.
Well, again, 7 o'clock Thursday, FS1, UCF Kent State. Some line movement. UCF is now favored by 36.5 with an over-under of 57.5. And our flag has fallen for the 5th time.
What a
today.
way to end the show.
So it is the perfect time to sign off. We'll see y'all next week. Go Knights, charge on.
Charge on.
Charge on.